Hi folks, Chuck McKay here with Vernon News, and I'm here with Matt Shea, and today I'm here with Mr. William Foley, who is our athletic director at the high school. I want to talk about a bunch of great things that are happening in Vernon. Mrs. Crops got honored, we had the Kindness Rock Garden happening in Cedar Mountain, we had the TSA students up at the high school going to TCNJ, we had a letter of thanks from St. Francis for the great food drive that we've done, we have the Bow Wow Biscuits being made at the high school, and believe it or not, we have British politicians Skyping in with our classes with Mr. Troken. All these exciting things. But this week, we also wanted to focus on the great sports that were happening up at the high school this fall and what's going to happen this winter. So I'm here with Mr. Foley, and we're here to talk about some of the great things that are happening. So give us some highlights on the fall season.
Sure. 6 out of our 8 varsity teams qualified for the state playoffs, which was very nice. Girls volleyball had a great season, second most wins in school history, 17.
Fantastic.
And they actually advanced to the HWS semis for the first time in school history, so that was a great achievement. And on an individual note, just yesterday, Gianna Balswani, senior, was named to the All-State Group 2 third team, which is a nice accomplishment
Fantastic.
for her and the program. So Matt Sorensen continuing to do a great job with the girls there. Field hockey had a tremendous season, highest win total since, I believe, 2011 with second-year coach Kieran Colleen. He's doing a great job. We hosted a first-round state playoff game, which again was something we haven't done in quite a bit. And we also added a freshman coach in former Vernon alumni, Casey Quinn, took over the freshman team there with the large numbers we're getting from the middle school, and Mandy Hoffman doing a great job there. So that was a fantastic year for them. Girls tennis had a good year, made the state tournament. Big numbers in girls tennis with Coach Miller. Numbers were in the 40s there, which was nice. And girls soccer had a great run at the end of the season. Picked up 5 out of their last 6 games with victories. Made the state playoffs. Wound up being the 16th seed, but they played a real close game with number 1 seed Lakeland. Lost 1-0. Many of those kids return next year, so we're looking for a lot of good things out of them. And the winter season has started already.
Right, we're looking forward to what's going on in the winter.
Yeah, swimming underway since second week in November, along with bowling, ice hockey as well. The ice hockey team, off the success they had last year, they move up in a division this year, which they'll play better and more skilled teams. But our team is pretty good. We already beat Westmore Central in the game opener and took number 7 in the state, St. Peter's. The next day, we wound up losing 6-3, but a 3-3 game way into the third period. So a lot of good things coming from the ice hockey team this year. And basketball, official practices started this past Monday after the tryout period before Thanksgiving. Girls and boys will be starting scrimmages next week. Girls are home with Morris Knowles in their first scrimmage next Thursday. Boys are on the road at Kinnelon. And wrestling. A lot of good things coming from our wrestling program. We've tripled the numbers down at the middle school level and almost tripled the numbers at the high school level with Mr. Poinkowski back at the high school coaching once again. And Angelo Ayurata and Steve Fitzsimmons from our IT department doing a great job with the middle school kids. So we're looking for a lot of good things to get started with the winter.
Fantastic. Now, just remember, everyone, today was Friday. Tomorrow it's a Pancake Breakfast, right?
Yes, Saturday, breakfast with Santa. If you want to come to the high
Breakfast
school,
with Santa.
Get some pancakes. Make a donation to the biking club with your admission. It's a great event. The coaches are there. All the student athletes from all the teams come up and help a good cause, raising money, and the money goes right back to our kids with the scholarships that we give out. Last year we gave out almost $12,000 from the biking club in scholarships. So again, these are one of the events that all those proceeds go to.
Great. So as we look forward to some of the things that are happening in Vernon, we'll go through in the next few minutes some of the great things that have happened this week. But also remember that the Pancake Breakfast is tomorrow. From what time?
7 to 11 in the high school cafeteria.
7 to 11 at the high school cafeteria.
All right, so let's talk about some of the great things that are happening this past week and the great things that will happen in the future as we move forward. One of the things I did not discuss in the opening was the Bow Wow Biscuits, so let's talk about some of those great things. Miss Christina Crops, our reading specialist at Cedar Mountain, was recognized as a dyslexic practitioner by the International Dyslexia Association. and she successfully completed the certification. And we want to say kudos to her. She does a wonderful job with our students. The Hour of Code is next week. Code.org. You can find out all the information about the Hour of Code. It's a nationwide program, and many of our classes, K through 12, will be taking part in the practice coding. So they'll be using Scratch and other programs, and also TIAA. You may be familiar with TIAA CREF. Is planning a visit to talk to our high school students about careers in programming. And if there's a place where you can successfully find a career, it's in computer programming. And of course, there's Miss Elmo working with some of her younger students on code. Cedar Mountain creates a kindness rock garden. Our wonderful children holding their kindness rocks. Cedar Mountain has taken this idea and working with Hank Sanders Paving and Excavating. He donated hundreds of rocks, and they did this amazing project under the guidance of Mrs. Rosemary Gephardt. Each student painted a rock, and last Wednesday or 2 Wednesdays ago, they placed their painted rock in the new Cedar Mountain Kindness Rock Garden. A wonderful, wonderful thing for our visitors to see. Okay, this is our TSA group, which is connected to our new CTE program in engineering, and they were at TCNJ. This is the leadership team, and they were part of a state conference. They'll be part of a state conference in April of next year. A wonderful group of students. Mr. Troken had Mr. Hall, a British Parliament political advisor. This was a very interesting person, talking about the advisement that he gave to Margaret Thatcher, as well as to the person he now advises in the British Parliament. He talked all about politics to Mr. Troken's class, and that was on Skype. It was an excellent, excellent interview. Up at the high school, the students are making Bow Wow Biscuits. It's a business run by the students at the high school, and of course they sell the biscuits twice a year, and this is one of the times that they're selling the biscuits as perfect Christmas gifts for all of our pets. And the marketing part of the business includes creating, printing, and distributing brochures to customers in the school district. Kudos to the class and their teachers on this wonderful program. Cedar Mountain. During the week of code, Mr. Ben Joseph has arranged Google Augmented Reality Expedition on Thursday, December 7th that will run all day in the Media Center and the Computer Lab. Ms. Tina Kellish will be helping with that program, and they've requested these programs, Forces of Nature, Solar System, or the Dinosaur program. We have not heard from Google which program they will get, but this is an exciting thing for our students to take part in Cedar Mountain. Watch Your Anti-Drug is a program that's run through the county every year, and of course you probably saw it in the Herald where they post some of the pictures and what some of the students have written. Congratulations to our students at Glen Meadow, Caitlin Petak and Kaylee Seeley. Congratulations to our Lounsbury Hollow students, Caitlin Bomer, Maya Bekefi-Mislowski, and also Pipafra Saraska. And also congratulations to Celeste Levy from the high school. These were some of our winners. We had food drives in the various schools in Vernon the past couple of weeks with the fall harvest and also with Halloween. And the Lounsbury students received a letter from St. Francis from Father Brian Quinn thanking them for the donations towards the food pantry. There was food donations not only to St. Francis but also to Harvest House and other local food pantries. And the students collected all the food. We would like to thank the parents and all the people that were involved in this wonderful idea of helping our community.
So a lot of great things are happening here in Vernon. Remember that the Christmas and holiday concerts are coming up in the next couple of weeks. Next week is the week of coding, so we're going to be having all those specials going on in the different schools. And then last but not least, you have the Pancake Breakfast tomorrow morning at the high school. So enjoy this coming week, Vernon. Great things are happening here.